Coach Remy, you were asking my cultural shock in America. What was my first experience of the cultural shock? Let me bring Brenda is here. I'll answer that one, and then I'm going to also to ask Brenda the same question. Your cultural shock here. What was your cultural shock?
Oh, geez.
Yeah. So for me, my first the biggest cultural shock for me, I didn't come so long ago, but it's just like 13 years ago, so 2008. But back in the day, 2008 or before that, there are no so much of social media like right now. You can access if you want even a tour of any hotel you want or anything. You can see a lot of things, good and bad, whatever you want to do. So that is so when I was coming here, yes, I knew. Yes, there are rich people and poor people. That's we assume every country is that way. But I didn't imagine the magnitude that a white person can be at this level of poverty in that way. Yes, we saw coming to America back in the day, you see some homeless, all those kind of things. But we didn't kind of like figure out, like, even my roommate was from America and they say, oh, he's what guy from America. So, we have homeless people. No, you are saying that way so that you cannot come to your country. But when I came here, I mean, obviously, I arrived in the first place was California for 1 week. You saw the poverty. Yes, you see the homeless, but it still is California. Still, we say, okay. Then I went to West Virginia. When I went to West Virginia, is one among the poorest states in America. The level of poverty, you find a white American walking barefoot. Someone doesn't have even possibility of having the 2 meals in a day. It was a big shock. So for me, the level of poverty, the level of, for me, giving the few quarters change I give to a person out of the door, and they say, thank you, sir. So now I'm sir, right? It is bad, but I got a joy on that because I come to realize, yes, we understand we are all the same, but while you were in Africa growing up, we usually rated Americans, Europeans, everyone tourists you see, you assume that they have money. And now you come to their country, you see the level of poverty, and they call me, thank you, sir, by giving them just 45 cents. So I started to have a bad behavior. Like I work with a couple quarters, $1, so I just give to them and then, thank you, sir. I say, okay, this is equality. So that was the worst part for me, was just to know the reality of poverty in America. That was the biggest cultural shock for me. The other one for me, the other one is just obviously keep learning here and there. It was about it on the food part. The funny one was about tea. You are growing up from day one. Tea has to have 3 things. This is the components of tea. It has to be hot. It has to have tea bag, which is black, not green, not yellow, just like Brenda. And also it has to have sugar. So then you can add milk, you can add cardamom, whatever you want. Those are extra. So we went to one conference. At that time, I didn't know. I've been here for like a month. We went to one conference. So there was a big jar of tea. I mean, it was not tea for me. I assumed it's Coca-Cola or Pepsi. So because sometimes they put on containers. So I just took I'm drinking Coke. What is this? Tea? I said, no, this is not a tea. No, it's iced tea. So I asked the question, why do someone drinks iced tea? Like tea is cold with ice? Okay, and then the other question was, and it was in the middle of winter then. There is this, why do you drink iced tea in the middle of cold winter season? And they asked me the question, you are coming from Africa, right? It's hot, right? Why are you saying tea must be hot? And you say you drink tea anytime you want, when it is already hot. Why do you drink hot tea? I didn't have the question, so... So there are a couple of cultural, those are the big ones, but the rest you just keep here. Oh, this is something new, and you learn, and something like that. So to you, Brenda, what has been the cultural shock on your end?
Oh, geez. Yeah, it's funny you're talking about iced tea. It's like, why do I have to drink cold tea? What is this? I'm like, that's not tea. Yeah, so that was a culture shock to me too. I was like, give me my hot tea with a tea bag and some sugar or some honey in it.
Exactly.
So, but people here, you ask for tea, they bring you a straight from the fridge iced tea, and so you're like, oh wow, okay. So, so the other one for me was, let's see, well, I would say meeting my in-laws.
Oh, that is funny one, I believe. I want to hear that one. I heard the story of that one, so go ahead on your end.
So that one was interesting. So first of all, you know, I was the first black person they ever, you know, shared a table with, had a meal with. So it was interesting. They were very, very welcoming. I think, you know, like when you get a new toy, and you don't know what to do with it. You don't know how to.
Yeah.
So I think I was like a toy for them. So they were like so fragile with me. They didn't know what to do for me, and so we started. They didn't know what I would eat, what I would like. So, but I was like, I'm easy. Like anything you guys make, I'll eat.
Oh.
And then first thing that showed up on the menu was shrimp.
Oh man.
Oh my goodness. Remember shrimp here, seafood is considered like a high-end
Yes.
meal, right? So they knew they had made me the best meal ever. So, you know, my mother-in-law was all like cooking this and that and brought shrimp. I was like, wait a second, what is this again? I'm like, why am I seeing raw things? You're just taking off the tail and this and that. I had never tried seafood. I mean, I'd eaten fish, but not shrimp and octopus and all that stuff. So my husband goes, Brenda, that's shrimp. I was like, well, to me, this looks like some big, giant caterpillar or something. So anyway, so I decided, you know, like to be humble and try it. The first bite, I was like, no, this is not going to work. No, I'm sorry, but I can't eat this. And then the other one was my in-laws. So, you know, like how you're a guest and they have like a laundry room?
Yes.
Where you put your laundry. So I asked my boyfriend, I was like, am I supposed to put my underwears in here too?
Yes.
Like, you know, like who's going to do this laundry? And so the next thing I knew, the mother had gone to our bedroom and picked the laundry.
Uh-oh.
So she went and did the laundry just fine, and I woke up as like looking for the laundry basket. I found it in the laundry room.
And arranged already.
Holding my underwears, like piling them together. I was like, oh my God. Like, I said, Corey, your mom is like folding my undies. What is this? And she's like so happy folding them. At that point, I felt like the world should swallow me, because to them it was, you know, like, this is your in-law. But she was like, it's fine. I folded everything. It's here.
Uh-oh.
So that was new for me. And it took me a while to realize that it's okay for them. It's normal, you know, like it's just laundry. It's washed. It's clean. Now they can just fold. But before then, I was like, and then also, you know, like just going out and dressing like whichever way around your in-laws, you know, like when you're from back home in Uganda, you know, there's like a way you're supposed to hold yourself. But these guys are like, no, I'm drinking some tea here. Do you want to test it? Do you want to test this glass of wine as well? I'm like, sure. So the list could go on and on and on and on, honestly. Yeah.